Hello Stitchers, and welcome to the end of April update that I'm going to do. I'm going to discuss the sewings that I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. I'm planning probably to do these monthly from now on, but 2 weeks ago I did an update for the gamer, so I just thought I'd cover others that I've been working on. This one is Minerva, and it's Nora Corbett design. It's been stitched 2/2 on 32 count Delicate Roses opalescent linen, which I got from Pole Stitches Designs. I started in the middle of the work, probably about there, and worked downwards. Had a few visits from the frog about here, had a bit of a miscounting error, read the chart wrong, and also stitched 2/1 in one section, which threw all the stitches out. It's all fixed now, and I'm heading back upwards. I'm going to get all of the stitching done before I do the beading, something I've always done with beaded projects, just so they don't get crushed or damaged or come loose while I'm busy scrolling the frame and continuing to work on it. There's only a little bit of backstitch on this one, so I'll do that at the same time as the beading. I probably work this one usually weekend morning, so I only get a few hours a week on it, but they do stitch up fairly quickly and they are fun to do when you need a break from smaller crosses. The next piece that I'm working on is Over the Rainbow Emerald City, which is designed by Satsuma Street, which was in the May 2016 issue of Cross Stitch Crazy, which is issue number 215. Looks like that one if you're looking out for it. That's all I've got done so far. It's stitched on 16 count antique white Ada, which I got from my stash, and I'm using 2 strands of thread on that, and I'm quite happy with the coverage. It's my travelling project, but I haven't been anywhere with it at the moment, so it's also my something small to get out when there's not a lot of time for working on one of the bigger projects. I'm slowly building up the walls, and I'll work one side and then I'll go and do the other side, because it's symmetrical, and then if I've made a mistake, which I did on the archway, I can't read over page breaks anymore it seems, I can spot the error quite quickly and get it fixed. So I'm just stitching the dome on this bit here, and it's a nice little piece to pick up and put down again. What I'm going to do is carry on working upwards and then come back down on the rainbow, because I think it'd be really nice to feel like I'm sliding down a rainbow to get onto the yellow brick road. And now another one of my Heaven and Earth designs. It's called Santa Owl, and I also call it Project Green. I expect you can guess why. It's mostly green. Now, I struggle with blocks of colours, so what you can see is a result of a bit of experimentation to help me actually get through all of the green in this one. It's not solid green, there are different shades of green, but it is mostly green, and it's hard work. It mostly only gets worked on Wednesday evenings and the occasional Friday evening as well. I don't have to concentrate too much with it, so that's all good. It's stitched 1/1 full crosses on 28 count Monaco. I haven't gone for full grid, I've just done the page outlines just to make sure everything fitted. I've actually done the 5 pages at the bottom, which are probably 40 odd rows in depth, so they're quite some nice partials. So I was planning to work my way upwards, but I stitched those, realised I didn't really like working my way upwards, and decided I'd start with the 5 solid green pages at the top. You can see where I've used it for the Heaven and Earth Designs Challenge #1, which was on the group. There's a few lines, I can see them, but I'm happy that they're going to come out in the wash. It's just where the floss is just shining the light back differently. So, done that part of it, and then I decided that I'd work 10 rows across all the pages, and that got a bit dull. So now I've decided to try diagonals, and I'm stitching diagonals 10 stitches wide, and then I move 1 stitch to the left on every row, so you just get that neat diagonal line. I'm happy that I can't see any lines forming, so it's all going well at the moment. And for some reason I've decided that I'm going to go diagonal across the whole thing. So this one I'm going across 3 pages. So as I get over here, it's going to get each row or each column that I'm doing is actually going to get quite long. But at some point I'll pick up the owl, so it'll be quite exciting, and the change from all the green. And finally we're back with a Stitch in Time, another Heaven and Earth Designs piece. It's stitched 1/1 on 28 count Monaco fabric. This is the regular size design. Didn't think I could go for super size. I'm not sure I could handle all that fabric. And it's also only 87 colours rather than the 200 and something that's in the max colour version. Again, I didn't think I could juggle that many colours. I've got my way of stitching that I like, and I think that would just be too many organisers for me. So far, I've used 86 of the 87 colours. There is a lot of confetti in this piece, but that keeps it interesting. If I get bored with confetti, I can always stitch some more of the green on Project Green. With this one, I was probably a little eager to start, so I took the lazy option of not pre-gridding my work. That's worked out quite well so far. I've never used to grid when I did smaller pieces, and the grid's a nice guide. I don't rely on it the way I stitch though, so it saves me from trailing threads too far over the back. So I'm coping well with it. So I started originally in the middle, which was probably around that word in down there somewhere. And so that kind of the central page. And then I decided that it'd be nice to work my way around that central page. So I'd be building up and completing the hoop with that. And then I may even work around again once I've got that done. The aim this year though is to get the hoop section finished. Be a bit of a challenge because, as I said, there's a lot of confetti, so it can take a little while to get through. When I finished my last rotation, I just finished the rabbit, which was quite appropriate because it was Easter, so he's now and always going to be my little Easter bunny. And so I carried on, got the floss in, this nice lovely big flower here, and I think that's some books there in the background, and I can see part of the frame that will be one of the little windows into where the people are. Now I've come down on this page. The page line was probably up to that T, so I've finished the word stitch. I've got a bit more of this fabric to do, which is a lot of stitch one, miss two, stitch another one, and there's about mostly two or three colours in each one of those bits, so they're take a while to do, but it's quite a dull colour. It's not as interesting as stitching a flower or a piece of floss. This rotation's finished now. I've spent 2 weeks on it, so this one's going away for another 2 weeks while I get the gamer out. So looking forward when I get back to this to get my 4th page done, which will be really nice to have a nice block of stitching done on it. So that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll probably do hopefully one or two of the just stitching videos before I do my next update, and hopefully I'll have progress on all of them to show you. But bye for now.